Greetings, LoreSeekers, and welcome back to another episode of the Lost Archives, a Star Wars Legends lore series. So, today I'm talking about an area of space known as the Maw Cluster, or simply known as the Maw. Now, this was an area of space located near the planet Kessel. Kessel was sort of located a little bit inside it, but not deep within its territory. Now, the Maw was essentially a grouping of black holes located in the Star Wars galaxy. Because of this, this area was very dangerous to navigate and pretty much very unstable. Though, despite the collection of black holes, it didn't really affect the wider galaxy. This would lead many scientists in the Star Wars galaxy to believe that this area was artificially created and artificially stabilised in order to keep these black holes from ravaging across the galaxy. To what end, no one really knew. Though it was theorised by some people that this could perhaps potentially be used to conceal a threat in the region. Though many people would never be able to confirm this, as any attempts to press deeper into the Maw usually led to them never returning. Well, it's really hard to get into the Maw Cluster. Only a few successful people have navigated it successfully, and only some of them have been able to do it in certain shortened distances. For example, Han Solo's famous Kessel Run is rumoured to have potentially gone through the centre of a black hole, something that would have been phenomenally dangerous and should not be attempted by anybody. Somehow, Solo, being the lucky git that he is, was able to do this without a hitch and complete the Kessel Run in less than 12 parsecs. Other notable organisations and people who have successfully created outposts in various areas within the Maw Cluster would be the well-known, at least to anyone outside of the Star Wars universe, Wilif Tarkin's Maw installation, an Imperial research base that was in a stable region in the Maw Cluster. That will be getting its own video, as will be Natassi Dala's Maw Colony, and some of the various interesting things found within the Maw Cluster. Now, as stated earlier in the video, the Kessel sector is located just within the Maw. Over time, it seems that the Kessel system is being slowly drawn into the Maw, and eventually, as time progresses, it may be that Kessel itself is eaten by one of the various black holes in the area. Now, this has allowed the Empire to use Kessel as a penal colony in Legends, not as the fuel depot it is in the Disney canon. I may do a separate video on my thoughts on that later on as well. But the Maw Cluster, despite being, a black hole-filled region, is actually seen. This is due to the amount of plasma and ionising radiation that is being drawn in by the black holes. This makes it very, very easy to spot visually. Unlike, say, space being black, black holes being black, they should, blend into each other. No, it's mostly because of the sheer gravitational force these things have. You can see the things being drawn into it, not necessarily the black hole itself. Now, this has been stated that because of the visibility of the cluster and the beauty of this horrifying phenomenon, it makes the Maw Cluster one of the wonders of the Star Wars galaxy. Something that, on occasion, could potentially make would-be observers or even pirates and smugglers using to find a shortcut take certain risks where they would find various bits of their ships being pulled off that weren't properly bolted down or secured. In fact, this region of space is claimed that many ships, the only known pathways through it that seem to be stable are heavily restricted by the Empire. In fact, these were various choke points between various organisations during fights for control in the early galactic beginnings, before the times of the Republic, and even after the times of the Empire. But some of those events I will look into doing their own videos in the future. Now, this was going to be the last video before Christmas, so I hope you've all enjoyed it. If you like what you heard, perhaps leave a comment down below, perhaps share this around, and I'd really appreciate it if you left a like as well. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, as that helps me grow. And I'll see you all after the holidays. As always, sources down below. Take care, LoreSeekers,